Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vashakan Vitangscha Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tvije Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivas Adi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. All right, Krishna Krishna. Dear devotees here on Zoom, here on Facebook, and here on the recorded version, to all of you, we are seated together, and I'm in Italy in the Villa Govinda ashram, which we definitely can feel from many years of experience of living in Navadip, living with Srila Guru Maharaj and with Srila Gurudev. Here we feel as a room of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, very happily. And sometimes we are connected, or we get a little view of Navadip Chaitanya Saraswat Mat from the visiting devotees recently, Chintamani Devidasi, and we see the Samadhi Mandir of Srila Guru Maharaj. We see that plinth, the raised part directly in front of Srila Guru Maharaj's Murti. That's where we would that's where we would have the regular classes for the Western devotees. And so here we have also regular classes for the Western devotees, regular classes here in Vila Govinda Ashram, and hence very much part of the main Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat of Guru Maharaj and Gurudev. And we have Kumkum Devidasi with us, we have Sri Lekha Devidasi with us. We've got two senior devotees. And they have been seated there and heard directly from the great rishis, Srila Bhakti Rockok, Srila Dev Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj. So we are in their presence, and I see that we're in the presence of all of you great souls who have got recognition of Mahaprabhu's message and recognition of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Gurudev. And I see we have a mini gathering in Mayapur Dham, Sri Mayapur Dham Sangha. Acha. Dandavat. We need to make your picture a bit bigger. Some are upside down, some are sideways, and some are seated peacefully. Okay, now we can see everybody. So Radha Sundari Devidasi, and we've got the family of Suklamba, and Radha Sundari, and Radha Sundari's daughter. Just remind me your daughter's name. What is her name?
Padmavati.
Padmavati, Hare Krishna, don't run away. Okay, good girl. I'm very happy to see you. And somebody else was there too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5 was Sripad Dandi Maharaj, no?
No, Maharaj going to ISKCON. Dandavat Maharaj. Dandi Maharaj to teaches darshan, Vaipur's teaches darshan. So he left us alone.
Okay, no problem at all. But Chintamani is there. All right, Chintamani. All right, super. Okay, so we've got the gathering in Mayapur and we've got the Vaishnavas. And what is the purpose of going to a holy place? The purpose of going to a holy place is to meet the holy persons. And there is a shloka, and maybe some of you might know it, I don't know, but there is a shloka that says that one who goes to a holy place simply to take a bath is no better than a donkey. So, okay. So anyhow, why do we go to the holy places, or why does one go to the holy place? To associate with the devotees. So we're very happy to see this, a Mayapur Sangha, and Sangha, association. Govinda, Govinda, it means that, and association in the sense of like a society. Sri Chaitanya, Saraswata, Krishna, Nusilana, Sangha. But Sadhu Sangha without a H, just so we know there are two different words. All right, so is that a Chintamani, an upside down Chintamani, or diagonal? Not quite in Australia, on the way to Australia. There we are, Padmavati. All right. So please let us begin. Kumkumdiri, would you be happy to start first? But Sri Lekha's not going to run away. You don't have an appointment? No. Okay, Sri Lekha will be with us. So Kumkumdiri, please bring us keep us firmly in our basics of devotional service. Please help us.
My Dandavat Maharaj and to all of the devotees here. It's such a benefit to be able to get this association. And I was reminded of the difference in what a devotee might pray for when sometimes devotees would ask Srila Guru Maharaj, why is it that we don't in our mat chant the prayers to Srimati Tulsi Devi, I'm circumambulating you, you kindly remove all of my bad karma from me for all my births. And Srila Guru Maharaj's answer is so wonderful, explaining about how there's to pray simply for devotion is much more satisfying for the soul and much more appropriate also. It's actually a realistic situation. And so I found this also following, and this is from Golden Staircase in the chapter called Seeing with the Eye of the Soul. So Guru Maharaj explaining how a devotee thinks, I do not want release from either happiness or suffering. Let it be according to my previous karma. Rather, what I want from this moment on is that I will never try to waste the favor of Krishna by only praying to be able to face any eventuality, and that whatever I shall acquire from now on, however small, even a drop, that must be nectar of the highest order, and the lower delegation can deal with the question of heaven and hell. For removing our reactions or delivering us from hell or heaven, many lower agents are required. They can do that, but we shall only pray for Krishna's favor as a positive attainment, and never try to minimize our previous karma, the result of bad activities performed due to misconception. I don't care about the passport, I want the visa. If I get the visa, no passport trouble will be able to disturb me. It is something like that. So to merely do away with Maya, misconception, is nothing. The positive attainment in the domain of Krishna is a much higher thing. By passing Maya, we can attain Viraja, Brahmaloka. We can get mukti, liberation, the marginal position. But why should I waste my energy only to acquire position in the marginal plane? All my attempts must be focused toward the prayer for a position in Goloka, and that will be a gain of the very highest order. I shall pray only for that, and automatically everything else will be accomplished. So once again, when we hear Srila Guru Maharaj's explanations of something which is so basic but missed by so many people, even practicing for a long, long time, he explains it so beautifully that it's undeniable. This is the path we want to be on. We don't have to worry about our prior karma coming to haunt us, either the enjoying kind. We don't need that either. What a distraction. But not the suffering kind. There's no suffering. So, and no fear.
What is it like at home, Kumkum?
That is where everyone we see is our guru and our well-wisher and engaging us for our benefit. And the question of our needs, whatever they may be, doesn't even arise because they're automatically taken care of just in the day-to-day service in the circle of Sri Krishna.
And how do you know that?
I've heard it from you. I've heard it from all of the devotees. And they say it with so much affection that it just rings true. So we'll go with that.
And you recognize that. You recognize that, and this is also something which we shouldn't take for granted. That means you and you plural, we do have some recognition of these things. And so this is also a very great treasure. Treasures don't just come in the shape of a giant diamond or something like this. Treasures come in recognition of divinity, recognition of the reality of our home and of our guardians who are taking us there, who've really got the path chalked out for us. Our well-wishers, one of those words that you used just now, our well-wishers. We're surrounded by well-wishers. Everyone is our friend. And actually, if we consider, if we were be allowed to be dropped in there or brought there just at this moment, then really in such pure well-wishing, everything without any contamination, plain, all the people, all the environment, everything like that, then we would really think how disgusting we are. We really think how unqualified we are. And it's that kind of association that we've come into by the grace of the Lord, means that association of Gurudev, of Guru Maharaj, and for yourself too, of Srila Prabhupada. And we can feel, oh, really how unqualified we are, and we only rely on their mercy, and anything in our past, okay, whatever it has been, we can't turn the clock back. But whatever from now on, oh, we want to be here, a member of this family. And it's not forever. It's not for a weekend visit or a 1 hour visit on, once a week or twice a week or something. That's where we want to live. And that's the plane of life where our grand masters, means our masters who are all very grand, are living. Not just our grandfather masters, but our great-grandfather, our father masters, our father masters, grandfather masters, great-grandfather masters. Anyway, this way, in the sense of very grand masters, that's where they are living. Hare Krishna. Look at the vision of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Look at the vision of the great souls who've left us a record. And Vyasadeva, we've been in Vyasadev's cave recently by description and by mind and by reading and by picture of Srila Guru Maharaj when he was there at Vyasadev's cave. And, you know, when we hear of Vyasadeva, when we hear that his cave is there, when we hear that he is still living there, and when we get all this confirmation coming from Guru Maharaj, coming from Gurudev, then no, we must be a little bit chamatkara, a little bit astonished that this is reality. But Vyasadeva, he's given us the whole of the Veda. He's given us the conclusion of the Vedas. But then what has come, what has been drawn in the recent time through Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and through Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is like the acme of what has been given before. Plus, no, plus, because there's always plus in the upper world. And that's the Leela of Mahaprabhu, of Radha Krishna combined. That's that hidden Leela which has come to recruit for the land of Krishna. And Vedavyas did not include Srimati Radharani's name in Srimad Bhagavatam. Shukadev did not mention her name. But you see, Chaitanya Charitamrita, everything revealed, exposed, shown, made available to everybody in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So that quality of souls we have been living with, that quality of souls are watching over us now. And that quality of souls are coming to bring us to our home. A beautiful reading. And the Golden Staircase book, it is small, but as with Home Comfort, but a different, same, but different. But each of the books have got their speciality. And Golden Staircase, really, it is a super small book made of selected talks of Srila Guru Maharaj. So much appreciated, Kumkum Diri. Okay. Question for Sri Lekha. When can I go home? We've heard about home. We know it's wonderful. Now my question, when can I go home, Sri Lekha? Microphone. Don't keep your answer a secret. Don't keep your answer to yourself.
Dandavat Maharaj, and Dandavat to everybody. Oh, it's so nice to see you. So beautiful. Unmute myself. I think I did already, right?
No, you're all good.
So,
But you haven't answered my question. When can I go home?
well, I was reading something today, actually, Maharaj, something I transcribed a long time ago, and I hadn't looked at that note for a long time. And Srila Guru Maharaj, of course, we were hearing this expression that we're to change our angle of vision. Actually, this is not very long, if you'd like me to read it. It's a very sweet thing. It really, I mean, for me, this is the answer to that question.
Okay, we love you to read. Why we are here to hear Guru Maharaj, Gurudev, and Srila Prabhupada, and our line. So who are you going to read from?
This is a transcription from a talk by Srila Guru Maharaj that I made some time ago, and I just reread it today, and it was quite beautiful. There was a question from someone. In Kapila's philosophy, that pradhan is the unmanifested mundane nature. It's unmanifested matter, which is eternal. So if you are saying that everything is in consciousness, is that correct? This is the question. You're saying that everything is within consciousness. Is this actually true? Is there no something outside of consciousness. And Srila Guru Maharaj said, material means misconception. And that is the cause of this material existence. That has also got personality, which is Devi. Anyway, the question, and the next question is, but we hear the soul goes into matter, it goes into the material world. But what is the material world? That's still within consciousness. And Srila Guru Maharaj said, the world means only misconception. So I'm going to get to the question, Maharaj, but within misconception, when you have a proper conception, then you can read Krishna Leela everywhere. Everything will excite you about Vrindavan, and you won't see the outward thing if you are relieved from misconception. A madman is maladjusted, but when he is cured, he's in the midst of his friends. Exactly what Kumkum Devi was saying. When he has gone back to the normal position, then that same thing that looked inimical to him is all friendly. Only the misconception is to be removed. The disease is to be removed. Then everything is all right. So, and what is that misconception? It is the tendency to see something as being existing for me, for my enjoyment. And when I don't enjoy it, then it's bad. And this is a type of madness. But in fact, there's a leaf right out there. I'm looking at it. There's a leaf outside the window. And that leaf, when I'm seeing it for my own enjoyment, that is an offense, actually. Because we're surrounded by divinity. And when I want to utilize that for myself, I'm like a mini Ravana. But Ravana couldn't even see Sita. He could not touch her. He could only interact with a shadow. And we are now interacting with a shadow because we want to misuse the divine energy. So when we go back, when will we go home? It's just, I mean, obviously, you know the answer better than I do, Maharaj, but we are trying to adjust our interaction with the divine, with reality. And again, referring to what Kumkum Didi was saying, Guru Maharaj said, when you are waking up from sleep, you know you're waking up. You feel, now I am awake from that illusion of dream. So we are gradually waking up to an environment which is divine. And we are trying to interact with it in a mood of surrender. That everything is coming to me in a friendly mood, whether I like it or not, it is coming with full wisdom to correct me and correct my mood of participation in an environment which is made of higher thing than I am made out of. If that vision can awaken, we will be able to see that everything is for Krishna and it knows it. But I'm interacting with the shadow. And that shadow is the material world, not what is around me, but what my misaligned consciousness. So that is just a gradual thing. And Srila Guru Maharaj, and again, what Kumkum Didi was saying about our karma, we will just, whatever it is. But Srila Prabhupada once said that we have accumulated some karma, and that is going on automatically, like machine work with the conditioned soul, and in the form of time. But when we try to approach Guru and Gauranga, when we're trying to come to the holy lotus feet of Krishna, he has caught that ball. You throw the ball against the wall, it comes back. That's karma. But he has caught the ball and he is giving it to us as is necessary for my progress at the moment. So Guru Maharaj said, in this way, whatever comes, we will see the beautiful smiling face of the Lord behind that. And that is also our process of going home, is to, in a mood of complete surrender. You are the Lord. Whatever you want from me is absolute good. And I'll just conclude, Maharaj. I'm kind of rattling on, but Guru Maharaj said, when absolute goodness is reckless, whimsical, and an autocrat, that's Krishna.
And this is my home.
What was that?
And that is my home.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're acting with a whimsical, reckless autocrat who is the embodiment of sweetness, goodness, and everything that is completely overwhelmingly wonderful.
And our greatest well-wisher, I hope.
Greatest hope. Yeah, we can. I said, don't worry. He's on your side.
Hare Krishna. And how sweetly we can understand the voice of Guru Maharaj when he was saying those things. Now all of us, I hope, sure, everybody here has seen some videos, watched some recordings of Guru Maharaj, watched some recordings of Srila Prabhupada, watched some recordings of Gurudev. It is a great treasure. All of this technology, you're there in, what do they call? What they used to call, I don't know if they still call it Silicon Valley in California, where much of this technology that we're using came about. But this has been allowed by Mahaprabhu. So we must use it all very nicely, as we are doing now, so that we can hear and see one of the great gifts, we can hear and see our masters, how they delivered what they were giving to us. And it is all backed with well wishes. And ultimately, it's all backed with the well wishes of Nityananda Prabhu. All of our masters, they're coming by the grace of Nityananda Prabhu, they're coming to give us Mahaprabhu, who is coming to give us Radha Krishna. Hare Krishna. This is Guru Maharaj, this is Srila Prabhupada, this is Srila Gurudev.
Hare Krishna.
All right, dear ones, we've been joined by Jayadev Prabhu. Hope you're going on well there, Jayadev Prabhu. And here is night. I keep forgetting it's daylight in some parts of the world. And we see that in California, in Salt Lake City with Ishwarananda, in Thailand, actually the whole world's in sunshine. Only I'm in darkness. It's good I get your association. Hare Krishna. But for some it's evening, for some it's morning. And this example has been given for Krishna Leela, that somewhere always the sun is rising, somewhere the sun is setting. Krishna's Leela is continuing like this, as an analogy that always his Leela is taking place. It is eternal Leela. So somewhere his pastime of this, of that, the particular pastime is taking place. Hare Krishna. Does anyone have a question for me? I asked some question to Kumkum. I asked some question to Sri Lekha. But Sri Lekha, very good politician. She avoid answering the date of when I can come back home. But she gave some answer. But she said, I I think she said it's up to me. If I become sincere, I can go soon. I think that's what she was
Never,
trying to say.
Maharaj. We're just looking at you. You're so far ahead. All we can see is some divine dust.
Oh, okay. Too much, Srileka, too much.
No, Maharaj.
Srileka tells stories to children. She's very good with children. So, she comes out with some of these elements. Govinda, Govinda, and I see you have some associates. You're not the only person who's awake in the daytime. You see, we're awake in the nighttime. Hare Krishna. Tell us what it's like to be in Salt Lake City. Sweet Lake City.
It's great.
It's great. Anything else?
You should all come.
Okay, well, we've been there in Salt Lake City for the last 10 minutes, maybe. Because we a little bit earlier, we were saying, why go anywhere? Why go to a holy place? Even the holy places where the rivers, the holy rivers flow, etc. If we go there for anything except to have the association of the devotees, then we are considered somewhat foolish. So we've come to Salt Lake City now. We've come to the association of the devotees. We've come to Zoom. We've come to the association of the devotees on Zoom. So in some way, we are going on. And where are Abhinava, Sundar, and Kalikadamba? Are they there in Salt Lake City still, or have they moved on?
No, they're still here. They're still here, Maharaj. But they're not here with me tonight.
I see Ishwanand was nodding his head there too. So happily I've heard from them about Ishwarananda. And maybe Ishwananda, would you like to say a word or two about the luxury of living in Salt Lake City with so many devotees and visiting devotees? Or are you driving? Are you driving or are you a passenger? Driving. Okay, so drive safely. Okay, you look after your driving. You can pop in later and give us your life experience living with the devotees. Govinda, Govinda. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Something just happened on my computer. By the arrangement of time, now I can't get you back. Oh dear. I don't know if you can still hear me. I can see on Facebook, but I can't see Zoom any longer. Oh dear.
We
And
can hear.
on Facebook, very happy to have Jagamohini Devi Rasi, Madhava Prabhu, and Jadugopal Prabhu, 3 devotees I can see with us, and others who I know who are there. But if you don't send a message, I can't see. But for some reason, Zoom, I can't see any longer on the computer. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
We hear you and see you, Maharaj. Dandavat, 100%. 108%.
Okay. Well, in one sense, I'm sorry for you, but in another sense, I'm happy that the camera and everything is working. Something happened. Okay, so dear devotees, from the Zoom that I can't see, any volunteer to give a contribution from the ether? Never ask a contribution on I'm going to see if I can get you all back so I can say, Paramananda Prabhu was there. Are you still there, Paramananda Prabhu? Give me a voice. I can't see anything. So someone please give me a voice. And
Maharaj, I can give you an advice. Sign out and sign in again. That should fix the problem.
Sign out. Okay, in the
We'll have
meantime,
a
please.
short period of separation from you.
Okay, so you
should fix the camera.
You please talk to the devotees. Tell them something about home or back to basics. Okay.
We have the representative of Sweet Lake City here. So since it's the flow from there, the wind from there, how about he say something first?
And I think it's his turn to speak because he was very quiet on the last back to basics.
Exactly.
Okay, I'll hear you because I'll turn up the Facebook.
And by the way, he's the native, the real Sweet Laker.
Okay. Okay, I'll be back in a moment.
Dandavas, everybody. Well, the only thing that comes to mind on the theme of what Sri Lanka was saying, that it's what a whimsical, autocrat, and what's the other?
Reckless.
Reckless. And there's one verse that says that Krishna's will moves like a snake, and it's never in a straight line. So it's in theme with that. It's very reckless and whimsical. And he's the autocrat, so that's always what will happen. So then his will is like a snake and never in a straight line. So that's all I can think of right now.
Tell them about your life away from the Sweet Lakers.
Away from the student.
You see, they have so many devotees living here. Here you have only one.
Well, it's definitely different from Salt Lake, but I mean, Sweet Lake is very much missed, but here it's very busy and lots of engagement always going on. So
Shrila Kadidi, do you have any question for Ram Sundar?
Ram Sundar Prabhu, can you tell us one verse from Premadama Deva Stotram?
Which one? You have to give the number.
5.
5 is, well, I need to say the verse. Dvipa Nava Ganga Banga Janma Karma Darshitam Srinivasa Vasadanya Nama Rasa Harshitam Sri Hari Priyesha Pujadi Sachi Purandaram Premadama Deva Eva Namago Sundaram.
Jai.
And that I'm still working, the translations are very long, but it's mostly, that one is about Mother Sachi taking care of Mahaprabhu and Vishnu Priya also, how they're both, worshiping Mahaprabhu, and while he's living by the Ganga and stuff in Navadvip, and maybe something about the Panchatattva, but I'm still trying to get the translations very
Precise.
yes, because they're very long.
And it seems that everyone who ever resided in the Salt Lake, Sweet Lake City Temple remembers the whole Premadama Deva Stotra. Right, Srila Kadidi?
Oh, absolutely.
That's the qualification. The
No, we're
ABC.
all living off of Ram's grace.
Maharaj, does it work?
Yeah, now I see you. But actually, seeing is by hearing, so I could hear you, but I couldn't
Then
see
we have to take a bath after we finish this conversation.
because you've had my association.
We're not going to go in there, Maharaj.
And I thought Sri Lanka's question to Ram Sundar on the theme of today was, when are you coming home?
I already know the answer to this.
Well, speaking of home, let me be his advocate, Maharaj. Actually, the perfect answer was given by Srila Guru Maharaj to Prabhupada. Wherever you are, there is Vrindavan. So our goal is not to change geographical location. Srila Kadidi was touching that subject while she was talking. It is the matter of consciousness. Wherever he wants us to be, that is our home. And it is our home to the degree of our surrender. How much we surrender to his will, that much we will be at home, feeling at home and feeling that home comfort Srila Govinda Maharaj speaks about. So in that sense, wherever he is fully dedicated and engaged in seva, and of course, remembering all of the devotees, everyone who helped him on his path, there is his home. So for that matter, he is already home.
And we also feel that. We know Rama's happy. We know he's in good association. And actually, we never feel like he's left, in a sense, because he's so dear to everyone. But we know that he's there with really lovely devotees and fully happy and engaged. So what could be better?
He's here with the devotee, Krishna
Huh?
Priya.
And Indulekha can say something about being at home too. She's now in Salt Lake City. What is home, Indulekha, Devinasi, for the devotee?
Well, I feel like home is when you feel kind of carried by those who are around you to the right direction, and you know that you are among friends. You support each other in the spiritual life, and then anywhere is home, in space, on Mars, satellite, anywhere. It's gonna be perfect.
In space or on Mars? Okay, interesting. But we've also heard Indulekha say about Sri Lekha that she's my American mother. See, they look alike.
Actually, yes.
And in Thailand, Krishna Priya is just giving us a glimpse of her form. This is what not a Thai devotee looks like. This is what the Thai devotee of Srila Gurudev looks like. Hare Krishna. Krishna Priya Didi, do you have a word or two for us?
About the home, what it means to be
Sorry,
at home. We're talking about home now.
Dandavat Maharaj, homes. Actually, I heard Paramananda say, everywhere we are is a Vrindavan.
No, I wasn't speaking for myself. I'm actually quoting a high devotees.
I think it's always in the mood of surrender, Maharaj. Everywhere you go, is surrender. It's the most safe position whatsoever. Always surrender, like bow to the floor, humbles. I think the most safe when you practice this. I think this is, I keep always in my mind, and I keep doing, Maharaj.
Krishna Priya speaks of Sharanagati.
And can you say anything about being near Srila Govinda Maharaj? Any hint there?
Actually, after all, Maharaj, when I be near Govinda Maharaj, what all I learned is sacrifice, selfless. Everything is not belong to you. That's how I learned. In the beginning, it's so hard for me. It's like we have so much kind of like eager ourselves, selfishness a lot. And somehow I have merciful from Gurudev. After all, I realized it's like, he's like, give me the lesson, how important to be sacrificed and surrender. That you will be totally like fine. That's how I really like mercy for me, how I can feel that, and I learn about this when I nearby Gurudev.
Hare Krishna. And this idea of home being where we are cared for, everyone is our guru, everyone is our well-wisher, but we have that specific home, which is under the shelter of our immediate guardians. And we can say, really, that Srila Guru, in our lifetime, Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj, like wherever they would be, then we are automatically at home. We're feeling that not that we're consciously surrendering every day. Oh, I have to do this. I don't want to do this. I have to do it. That maybe when we first joined the temple, but lots of things we might not want to do, but we're doing out of obligation. But just Gurudev's magnetism to draw everyone to do service. This was also like a wonderful quality. And Gurudev is giving us a hint because we are in misconception. I mean, speaking for myself, but I mean, why are we born in this world? Because we think that I am the body, things are for me, I, me, mine. The very things that Prahlad Maharaj is saying, the beginning of our suffering is our self-identification and putting ourselves at the center, thinking this is mine. So we need to realize that we are in illusion, and so we're seeing, mundane things, but we can also say that we do have feeling, and willing, feeling, and thinking is part of life. And Srila Gurudev, he was always on the feeling platform. And the feeling means we can think in the mundane world, okay, home is where we're getting, 3 meals a day or 2 meals a day and getting some shelter. But in the material world, there is no actual shelter, because those we think of as our material guardians, our parents, our school teachers, our boss at work. Without the boss, I won't have a job. I mean, whatever it may be, then in this material world, it's all temporary, it's all passing by. But Srila Gurudev has given us all a permanent connection to our permanent shelter, and that recognition in the heart that says, yes, here is home, something which we can't really describe, though we use words to describe, but it's the feeling of the heart. And what wonderful use of English. Guru Maharaj is always carefully using English. Gurudev using English very carefully. And okay, maybe some grammar might be a little bit not perfect grammar, but the expressions are always coming out perfectly. Using the language as an illustration. And we can only hear descriptions at this time about the Lord. We can hear, we can think, we can chant the descriptions of what he does, what he looks like, so many things. But one day, by their grace, may it all become a reality for us, that we'll be admitted there. Okay, you've done your time. You've done your time in that world. And then everyone's heart is touched by that painting of Gopakumar coming back to Krishna. And of course, we can say Gopakumar is an exception, but he comes back to Krishna, and Krishna himself is embracing Gopakumar. How could you stay away so long with this expression? But we are very happy. We are very happy if Gurudev and Guru Maharaj praise us and say, how can you stay away so long? Yes,
But I'm just thinking, Maharaj, if it's an exception, I would like to slightly disagree on that. Sanatana Goswami wouldn't illustrate it on the example of someone who is exceptional. So actually, Brihad Bhagavatamritam is the path to walk. So he is saying it is possible, but it is your job. It's according to your desire, the intensity of your desire. So that's why it's so inspiring to us, Brihad Bhagavatamritam, because we can relate to that. It starts with the description of when one is the fortunate, I do agree, exceptional case, the Govardhan Basi. But there's another one who is also searching. Well, he's also an exceptional bird, but he's life is somehow, he was looking for something very mundane achievements, but by the grace of the Lord and unconditional grace of the Lord, he came in touch with the devotee. So there is hope, and that's a very hope-giving scripture. So here you go. I'm just committed the Vaishnava aparat.
No, no. When I was saying
I
it also,
voiced the disagreement, Maharaj.
no, it is very good to. I also voiced some disagreement inside myself as I was saying it, because we see so many leelas and pastimes which we think, okay, that's okay, it's okay for them, but what about us? But actually, by the grace of Guru and Gauranga, we are being given the opportunity for quick entrance to a land which was inconceivable to the sadhus and sages of the past.
It is. There's actually a very nice verse from Prabhupada Jivanamritam, if you allow me. So Guru Maharaj included for the reason you're just saying something along the lines of this verse. This samsara dukkha jaladho patitasya kama prodhadinakrama karayar kavali kritasya durvasana nigadidasya nir ashrayasya chaitanya chandra mamadekhi padavalambam. And the translation will be, O Chaitanya Chandra, I have fallen into the miserable ocean of material existence. I am being devoured by the sharks and alligators of lust, anger, greed, madness, delusion, and hatred. Chained by wicked desires, I am bereft of any shelter. You were just saying that there is no shelter in this world. So it is again confirmed here. There is no shelter here. So in that condition, please accept me and graciously grant me the refuge at your holy lotus feet. And it's a very consistent prayer. This is Prabodhananda Saraswati. He's saying our only hope is the grace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the devotees. Mahaprabhu is the embodiment of devotion. So it always comes to that. No Mahaprabhu, nothing, like absolutely nothing, no hope. But luckily for us, he was just here. And he gave us a lot of hope to last for generations or millenniums.
For the whole of Kali Yuga, 427,000 years, plus or minus, to go.
Shall we stick around, Maharaj, or what will be our situation?
Well,
or just surrender to his will and be wherever he wants us to be?
That's what my sentence was going to be. After hearing about this surrender, then we better surrender. It's up to the Lord. But we see in this world so many things which we can say, it is correct. You take one wrong turn on the street and you can find yourself in very, big difficulties. In Kali Yuga, then Gurudev saying also, so many innocent persons they are getting, so much trouble in this world. But of course, we know Gurudev is giving us explanation so that we can see that you may be as good as you like, you think you're innocent in the world, but we're in Kali Yuga, and it's the age of quarrel, age of all these things that take place, degraded. So we don't want to stay in Kali Yuga for its facilities. Oh, we don't know rules and regulations, etc., 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 which is, pretty much also an example that Kali Yuga is really going on in its own way without following Vedic custom, and according to the Vedas, therefore uncivilized. And I don't know if it's true, but somebody says that Srila Prabhupada was asked about Western civilization. Was it Srila Prabhupada or Gandhi? I think I've heard it attributed to both of them. They were asked about, what do you think of Western civilization? They answered, it will be a good idea to civilize the West. So it's not for the attraction of the uncivilized part that we would want to be in Kali Yuga, that we would want to remain. But if our masters want us to remain, then we need to remain. And by the way, they do want us to be here now. Otherwise, why are we not all gone? So we should try to see what is our duty while we are here. And our duty is to try to carry out the orders of Mahaprabhu. And one of those duties is to share with others. Without having the devotees here, how will others know? How would we have known? So we must try to continue that as much as possible in any small way or big way according to capacity, the individual capacity. But it has a difference. And we are thinking sometimes wrongly that, oh, it must be exaggeration. How could the kirtan in Srivasangam, in Srivas Thakur's home, how could that sound have gone to the edge of the universe? How could it have gone everywhere? It's impossible. Now they've got big loudspeakers in Navadi. Maybe those loudspeakers will get that. But you see, we've got this Zoom, and by a computer or a small phone, we can make a sound and it goes all over the world. Then that's mundane, something mundane. So the kirtan, the chanting the name, the glories, the names of the Lord, etc., especially in congregation and in public, to make loudly known so many things, then this kirtan, this is the important thing. And just because we may be a small jiva soul in a small place somewhere in the world, a remote corner of the world, then still our contribution to that sound vibration taking place around the world, it is valuable. Each person's contribution is valuable. Give news of home. This is what Guru Maharaj and Gurudev are doing. It's what Srila Prabhupada is doing. Giving news of our home, back to Godhead. Chant Hare Krishna, be happy. And I'm not sure that Srila Prabhupada was the first to come up with that, because we see how happy Gurudev is with that expression, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. And don't forget, 3 peas in a pod. I mean, that's not the correct thing, but Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada and Srila Govinda Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, right there. For years together, they have their own expressions and their own ways. And really, so much, when I read and hear and see Srila Prabhupada's message, so much is reminding me of Guru Maharaj and Gurudev. And there, Srila Prabhupada was alone around the world preaching, but he's carrying their sweetness, no doubt, and humor, no doubt. Hare Krishna. Anyway, news of home. They have given us news of home, and we in turn should try to give some home news to the world. Otherwise, the world is pretty crazy. Don't read the newspapers, don't look at the headlines, but just by not doing any of that, the world is a crazy place. This world. Except if we meet Sri Lekha and she comes to explain to us how it's all part of Krishna Leela, we have to see it all in this way. Hare Krishna, because she's coming to give us the message. But it is true, but still, so things happen. And actually, Sri Lekha also mentioned that the reactions to our karma, it goes on like a machine. And Guru Maharaj sometimes did say that nature, in one aspect, is like a large computer. It is giving action, it's dispensing what is being fed into it. In other words, we do evil, evil will come to us. We do good, good will come to us. The good karma, the bad karma. So nature is going on, and so there are some very nasty things in a prison house for the nasty prisoners. But we should try to see everything in the favorable way, that even suffering is good when it will be seen in the light of the impetus for us to take seriously our homeward path. Hare Krishna. but home, comfort. And for us, home really was, I mean, if you said Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, we would automatically, it's just, oh yes, home. And still it is that feeling, but it's Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. Again, what is a place? What is a holy place? It's for the association. It's for the company of the great souls. And that was the place where we had the company, the association, the service connection, the connection with Guru Maharaj and Gurudev. So in this world, we can say the home of our heart, or the home of our heart was Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat for all the devotees, but the mat of Guru Maharaj and Gurudev, and it is still there, but we have to see beyond. Okay, electricity, they've got electricity in Salt Lake City.
I think it was just invented.
It was just invented so we could have this opportunity. Mahaprabhu allowed it. We take it for granted. Look at things 100 years ago. Somebody showed me, they gave me the link to the aeroplanes of 100 years ago, 1924. Look it up on YouTube. You can see videos of aeroplanes 100 years ago. It's not very long ago. I mean, you had to have a little faith in the Lord to go flying around in those, but they were passenger airplanes. And look at how electricity is developed and so many things in 100 years. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur wanted that everything will be utilized in Krishna's service. So why is it allowed, all of this? We must really utilize it properly. And come back home, back to Godhead. And look, in Mayapur, we've got an even bigger gathering of devotees. Oh no, same number of devotees.
We're all standing.
Huh?
They're all standing up straight now. Nobody's sideways.
Nobody's diagonal and upside down. And Leela Sundar Prabhu, just give us a few words from Mayapur before we go. We sometimes hear from each of your associates there. Leela Sundar Prabhu, a few words.
So happy to see you, everyone. For me, Mayapur, it's you. It's not like decoration here. But actually, I'm super happy because this is the city of devotees. And for me, it's every day like I'm excited. Wow, I'm in a holy place and everyone is holy. And sometimes for me, it's like, oh, I'm not so holy. I can be like here for granted, as you said. But every time when I'm walking around the details and my heart, some like I feel like I feel it. Okay, I should go to details. I should bound myself, and sometimes I'm hear this melody and this melody like in Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. But when the ISKCON going on with their melodies, I'm okay. I can hear it. I should go. I appreciate it, but I want to keep myself in Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. So yeah, and I'm happy to be here. Sorry that I can be every time, but Shuklambara born and now is everything is changing, and he bring to our life a little bit more love. And actually so many Vaishnavas gave him mercy, and I feel like, oh, he blessed us, not we like bring to Mayapur. He bring us to Mayapur. So thank you for your blessing too. I remember your words from Thailand. Thank you, Maharaj.
Okay, you remember my words, good. All right, Leela Sundar Prabhu, very happy. And maybe you are both coming to Italy soon, is it? Or is this a secret? We don't let anybody know.
August. In August. Now it's not secret. You said it.
Oh, we can all keep a secret. We've all got secrets here, we've told. I even gave out the password for something the other day and I said, don't tell anybody, but we've got like 50 people on the line. Why we worry? We're with friends. Everything is good. All right, dear family. And in the family also, you don't have to be on your guard and all this, that, and the other. There are many symptoms of family. And let us keep our ambition there, our home, our eternal family home, that they may be gracious and bring us there, and we shall all meet there again and recognize each other. This is also something that came from Guru Maharaj, that we are likely to be able to recognize who we were with and see different people. So a great future, but don't trust any future. Today, make our life serious in that journey. Live today. All right, so dear devotees on Facebook or here on Zoom, and strange things happened on Zoom today, but strange things happen all the time. We take shelter of the Lord. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gurudev Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Guru Maharaj Srila Bhakti Rokhak Srila Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. And Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Prabhupada Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. And Jai Om Vishnupad Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupanuga Guru Bhaga Ki Jai. Shri Navadeep Dham Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Purushottam Dham Ki Jai. Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat of Srila Guru Dev and Srila Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. Saprika Shri Guru Gauranga Gandhavika Govinda Sundar Ju Ki Jai. And Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Kumkum Devi Dasi and Sri Lekha Devi Dasi Ki Jai. Paramanandhu Ki Jai. All the assembled Vaishnavas Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. And Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Acharya Vrinda Ki Jai. Shrimati Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam and Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Anyway, we can think of lots of jais, but all glories to all the assembled devotees. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Govinda
Srila Bhakti
Govinda.
Ranjan Madhusudana Maharaj Ki Jai.
Hare Krishna. And Gangalila Devidasi was chanting in Kirtan just now. She had some jumping hands and now she's got a jumping heart. All right, take care of each other everywhere, wherever you may be. We'll meet again very soon. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari. Ami Ashchi.